This is story of recovery. Land was lost and we are slowly trying to regain the land.
Masungi Georeserve is a conservation and a geotourism project in the mountains of Baras, Rizal, very close to Metro Manila in the Philippines. My dad was a part of the team that started the restoration efforts inside.
About 20 years ago, we see that there's really need to protect the land. You don't find any trees. It's been logged over.
The land was deforested because of logging activities, quarrying activities, and most especially land speculation.
We started with a small parcel of land, about 100 hectares. Actually, it was really painstaking work because of the speculators were already in place and they have resources. Some of them have firearms. So we only get to take over the land in bits and pieces. It took us 4 years before we actually started to recover the forest. And it's now about 3,000 hectares. It's beautiful. The animals, the plants, the big trees, they are all beautiful and they need each other. We need people to know this place. You need them to spread the word around it. There is such a beautiful place that needs to be protected.
And geotourism is our answer to that. Geotourism is ultimately bringing out the character and sense of a place by focusing on the landscape and then meshing and weaving together cultural and natural elements so that you're able to create a unique sense of place. There aren't really a lot of stable forms of livelihood in an area that's as rocky as this. Not until recently when tourism started flourishing. A lot of the park rangers that we have here, they actually used to be the same guys who used to cut trees in the area.
Before I work here, I don't care the cut the trees and destroy the mountains or forests. But when I start to work here, I realize the nature is very important to the people. So that's why I'm proud, because I'm the one of the caretakers of the Masungi Georeserve.
Here in Masungi, bulk of the people who are involved with the project are the locals. We find that it's very important because they grew up here. Especially when we're talking about indigenous people, they know the place inside out.
I like working at Masungi because I can teach them about my tribe. The Dumagat people is nature lover. We can get more food, more vegetable. They're only in the nature. So it's important to take care of or to conserve the land. So because we need it. This is my hobby, to teach them how to love the nature and how to take care of it.
The Discovery Trail was the first experience that we had available for people to come out and see. It's focused on taking people through the karst landscape of Masungi, just introducing also the plants and animals that you find inside. So it's a lot of getting to know the landscape.
Good afternoon, my name is Mark. I'm your park ranger on this Discovery Trail. This is the flower of jade vine. And the pollinator of the jade vine is the sunbirds, bees, and butterfly.
There are only 4 places by far known to have this kind of jade vine in the wild. Masungi is one of those 4.
This is the fig tree. This is a water indicator. It means they have water under the tree. And the fruits of that is the food of the cloud rat, root bat, and civet cat. We arrived here at Lambat. This is the first rope courses.
Masungi is not an adventure activity, it's actually conservation. The area open to tourists or to our guests only a restricted area, limited area. We want to keep it natural, wild.
We've had a lot of first-time hikers come to Masungi. I think there's that renewed sense of curiosity and wonder that comes out, just realizing how many different organisms and creatures exist apart from us, and how interesting a leaf or a flower or a pattern in nature can turn out to be. And I hope that it doesn't stop there. The ultimate show of love is really action. The Legacy Trail focuses on a recent area that we have to restore. So that's about 2,000 more hectares of barren land where we're starting from ground zero. And the experience is really about learning more about restoration initiatives and having a hands-on role in restoring the land back to what it once was.
So this is a pine tree that was actually burned. If you can see that it's very black and charred, in fact. So it just recently was brought down again by a forest fire. And that is actually one of the persistent threats in this area, where the neighboring mountains still practice kaingin, which is the slash and burn type of farming. So come over here and take a look at what our surrounding mountains look like, even though they are in fact part of a legislative protected area. Since enforcement and commitment is missing, that is the result. So as you can see, they are bald mountains, they have no trees. And the effect is that we lose water for the communities. The communities also lose available sources of food. At the same time, the wildlife tend to go farther and farther away.
The wildlife, they need to find food in summer. In summer, only a few trees bear fruits.
So here, we can remove all of the grass here because we can prepare this place for this coming rainy season, because we can planted a lot of fruit-bearing trees here for the wild animals.
And every new piece of area that we recover, we plant. But we also notice after a while that even if we do not plant in areas that we have recovered, the trees started growing, which says that the forest can in fact regenerate itself if it is left alone. So we have to be here on site, we have to be on alert every time.
We feel the pressure coming in every day. Our park rangers are at the forefront of this.
Actually, I've been told many times, for our own safety, that we should leave this place because we have faced so many threats. We have been machine gunned several times. But every time we think about it, we ask, what about the trees that we have planted? What about the wildlife, the birds? The birds have started coming back. The monkeys and native chickens and other wildlife. If we leave, they'll begin again, and maybe this time irreparably. When a visitor leaves Masungi, I hope he comes to love nature also. He comes to love every creature on earth and tries to protect it.
I wouldn't want to have this any other way, really, despite all of the challenges that we've encountered. This is the most fulfilling it can get, and I wish I can continue doing it for the rest of my life.